photosynthesis. Now you probably already know the equation for photosynthesis, and you know that it's the process whereby plants make their own food, using sunlight and carbon dioxide. You should be aware that the carbon dioxide enters the leaf through the stomata. They're the small openings on the underside of the leaf that can be opened and closed to allow gases and water to move in and out. Plants also need water for photosynthesis, and they take that water in through the root hairs. Water's in the soil. They need sunlight and chlorophyll as part of this process. The chlorophyll is contained in chloroplasts, which are the green pigment in the leaf. As a result of this process, the plant makes glucose, and that glucose is used to grow plant tissues. It's used to build lipids and amino acids. It also produces oxygen as a byproduct. Now this is obviously useful for us because we can use that oxygen to respire, and the plant needs it to respire too. But what I'm really interested in today is to think about some of the misconceptions about photosynthesis, some of the ideas that people have, the myths if you like. Now, a group of students were asked what they knew about photosynthesis, and this is what they came up with. They said, photosynthesis works really well on a hot, sunny day and temperatures over 38 degrees Celsius. They also said that the limiting factor for photosynthesis is the amount of sunlight. They said that fertiliser is food for plants, and that red leaves don't photosynthesize. Plants make oxygen for us to live. The plant gains mass from water. Plants grow best in green light, or the plant gains mass from the soil. Now these are all ideas that some people have about photosynthesis, but are they accurate? Let's think about it. Actually, when it's really hot at temperatures over 38 degrees Celsius, the plant doesn't want to lose water, so it has to close the stoma. And if it closes the stoma, it can't take in carbon dioxide, so it can't photosynthesize. Also, at temperatures even hotter than that, say over 45 degrees, the enzymes in the plant will start to denature. And if the enzymes denature, the process can't happen. Limiting factors. Sunlight is a limiting factor. It will slow down the rate of photosynthesis. But there are other limiting factors too, notably temperature and carbon dioxide concentration. We've all seen packets of plant fertiliser claiming to be plant food, things like baby bio. Now, the plant makes its own food from sunlight and carbon dioxide. So these fertilisers might contain some of the nutrients that the plant needs, but they're not actually plant food. And as far as red leaves not being able to photosynthesize, well, that's simply not true. Red leaves do contain chlorophyll and they do photosynthesize, but they also contain carotenoids and anthocyanins and other pigments, which make them look red. The mass of a plant doesn't come from the soil. It comes from the process of photosynthesis, building plant materials. The dry weight of a plant is the cellulose and the lignin. Cellulose is that fibrous material that creates the cell walls. Chlorophyll reflects green light. It can't absorb it, so it can't use it for photosynthesis. In fact, it actually prefers blue and red wavelengths of light. Living plants do contain a lot of water, and so some of the mass of a living plant will be the water content. But this is only when it's alive. It's not actually incorporated into the plant material. And lastly, plants do produce oxygen, but they do it as a byproduct of photosynthesis and not just for our convenience. So these are some of the myths or misconceptions about photosynthesis. And hopefully now you won't fall into those same traps.